We're back. We've got a caller. Karen, how are you?
Yes, good afternoon, Attorney Vonda. First of all, I'd like you to know that I listen to you on the radio every week and I watch you on TV as well.
Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Yes, okay. I was calling to say that I agree with everything that you're telling the ladies. And I'm a few years older than you. But I'm old school, just like you. And what I wanted to say is I have a master's in social work. And I used to think that I might, meet my husband going to dances or even down at Wayne State. And out of all the guys that I met and the ones I dated, they didn't turn out to be husband material. So one day I was walking in, back at the time it was Farmer Jack, and I walked right up on who is my husband now, right on the job, and well, he's retired now, but he was a meat cutter for
Okay,
Kroger.
okay.
Farmer Jack Kroger, okay? Because after Farmer Jack left, Kroger took him on, okay? And last week, October 1st, we will have been married for 34 years.
That's what I'm talking about. But wait a minute. But here's the situation, and I love this. And see, I want you to stay on with me for a minute. You did not allow your degree to define the type of men that you would be attracted to. You didn't say, oh, you have to have a master's or a PhD or a business owner. You knew that the man that would have uh, be marriage material may have been a person that may not have been in a type of in academia as yourself. When you say that you were looking for, they were not marriage material, tell the ladies what was your criteria. Because see, she's done what y'all want to do. Okay, she done it. What did you look for? What were things that you said were deal breakers that a man had to possess in order to be with you?
Okay, I had only three things, and if he had those three things, then that would pretty much be good for me, take care of it for
And what
me.
were those three
First of
things?
all, okay, first of all, he had to be a man of God in the Lord, at least go to church and be willing, to know the Lord. Okay, that was number one. Okay, number two was he had to have a decent job with benefits.
Okay.
And number three, I had to, be somewhat attracted to him, and we had to be compatible, have some things for life. But those were the three criteria for me, and he had all three. And come to find out, we belong to the same church, so I met him on the job, which I could see him actually working. But we actually connected more when we got back to the church.
Wonderful. So these were not, this wasn't someone who you said, well, it's just say, for instance, you were a teacher and say, oh, well, you have to be, have to have a master's. As I've told the ladies, you don't go to bed with a degree, you go to bed with a man. And if a man is grounded with God, I'm not talking about going to church. I'm talking about has a
Mm-hmm.
real belief. Because, honey, it's some hounds in them churches, baby. Anything that
Yes, it
move, they
is.
on
Yes, it
top
is.
of them, okay?
You're
And
right about that. I've been experienced that too. I met a minister years ago, and he wasn't what he was supposed to be.
okay, all right, I know that's right. And so when you say that, but here's a man you met at the Kroger, okay, the Farmer Jack. See, a lot of y'all ladies
Yep.
won't do that. Oh my God, you want to meet them at the club. They're looking for a specific woman. Like I said, they're looking for the cheese. You went to where this man worked. You were able to see him, and you were able to say, got a good job, because we knew that was a good job, worked every day.
Yes.
You got talking a little
Yes.
bit, loved the Lord, and he was decent on the eye. But those were things
Right.
that you said opposed to, what's your credit score? Are you in academia? Do you own your own business? When you start going after, and I call those men the whales, men that make over six figures and above, those men are not going to be satisfied with one woman. They're going to want to put women on rotation. They're not going to just want to settle down. But here's the beauty. Now your husband has retired. Y'all got 2 incomes, right?
We got 3.
How?
We got mine, Social Security, of course, because I work, and then he has his we have his Social Security, and I got half his pension. So I mean, I pray that I don't we don't want him to leave me, but he should go first. I got half of that pension that's already lined up.
So and that's what you're saying. You put yourself in a position now that you over 50 that you don't have to worry about going out here trying to work because you probably got your own home. You know what I'm saying? You got your vehicles.
We're getting ready to get a condo. We're searching for a condo now because we want to downsize. We got too much.
And that's what I'm saying. And the thing about it is, you ladies out here going out to the clubs at 40 and 50, still paying, renting, getting a mortgage, you're in over your head instead of doing what Miss Karen said, get you a good man who got a good job, that's committed, and to be able to do what he's supposed to. When you married him, was he willing to be able to step up with the bills, etc., Miss Karen?
Oh yes. We sat down and we compliment each other too. Another thing, like whatever areas he was weak in, I was strong. There's some areas that I'm weak in, and he picked up those areas. I'll give you an example. Like I never knew how to hang curtains. Okay, how you have to do the benches and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
So he hung our curtains. Okay.
So you complimented each other. You shared the responsibility. But when you went in there, he might not have been the man that had 4 and 5 ladies running around him. You know what I'm saying? He was just a regular working man, but you all made it work together. Now you buying a condo.
Right.
You ain't worried about eating cat food. You got your bills paid, and you got social, and you got health insurance. You doing good.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you knew what you want.
And another thing too, I like to tell the ladies, Attorney Vonda, you may have a certain type in mind, like you were talking about, how certain bills and all that kind of stuff. Okay, well, I just knew that I would end up with a dark-skinned black man. You know how they say the tall, dark, and
yes.
Okay, well, my husband, he's appealing to me. I think he's handsome, but he is light-skinned, Vonda. Can you imagine that? And I never would have thought I would marry a light-skinned man.
But you were more concerned about the character than the complexion.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Say that again.
I said you were more concerned about the character than the complexion. His character was more important than whether he was light-skinned or dark-skinned, right?
That's right. Well, I thought that I wanted a dark-skinned man all the time. That's what I'm saying. But when I saw him as Farmer Jack, and he was light, I was attracted to him, and that's not normally that I would be attracted to. So I'm trying to tell the ladies, it's not always what you think you want. That might not be what's good for you.
Hey, let me tell you something, Miss Karen, and I'm going to leave you on this note. And I thank you for the time that you listen and your comments, and I really appreciate it. As my granddaddy used to say, everything that's good to you ain't good for you. Okay? And it's
right.
and you have shown us that if you work together with a man who is, and this is what you said, he said, knows the Lord, decent job with benefits and compatibility. Them are the 3 things that now look, y'all done paid off your house, going to get a condo, got extra money in the bank, got food in the refrigerator, got
we got 2 adult children, a boy and a girl. That's what we wanted.
Look at that. God done favored you, and you got your insurance. So you looking good. You ain't out here trying to get a second or third job. You invested, you planted, and now you're in a position to reap the benefits of a solid relationship. I so thank you for calling in with your comments. Thank you so much. So ladies,
you're welcome.
Thank you. Now, see, this is what I'm saying to you. And I appreciate her calling in, okay? Because she said, listen, they've been married over 30 years. So she knew what it was that she was looking for. Stop always having to have, he got to be muscular. and he gotta, be able to be, look at his hands and his feet. Stop looking at that. The size of his hands and his feet don't determine whether or not he is going to be committed to you. That don't have nothing to do with that. Whether he got a stable job, but look at his hand and his feet. I don't give a damn about his hands and feet, baby. Let me tell you something. As long as he got some, he got a little nub. I don't care about that. And that's the problem. Y'all looking at the wrong areas. And when you start to look at what's really important, is this man got character? The kind of man that will get up in the middle of the night to make sure that your car is brushed off and clean, so that when you go to work, it's gas in your car is cleaned off, and that he got you. That if your tire go out, baby, just call me. We don't need to roll. If a man tell me to get roadside, I'm looking at him in jaundice, because I want that man to say, baby, you need to cancel that, because if your car burned down, I'm with you. That's what I'm here for. I'm your man. I'm your king. We don't need nobody else to do all of that. We'll be back.